You don't need to go to Niagara Falls when you can eat some Brian balls.
What is up, Diecast collectors? This is OBB, the Diecast News Guy, and welcome, my friends, to the final episode of the NASCAR Diecast News 2019 Season 9, guys. My God, before I start this final video for this 2019 official season, guys, I just want to say thank you guys so much for your long tuning of the NASCAR Diecast News, guys. Your support really means a lot to me. It's just amazing how I've made this series, so far, and how far I've come, being, such a great source for the NASCAR Diecast community. So I appreciate you guys that, and just keep it going, guys, because without you guys I probably would not be here with right now or have the Diecast News as well. So I just want to say that real quickly, guys, especially since we're wrapping things up here for season 9, and I got a special announcement as well regarding the next new season of the Diecast News, which, by the way, NASCAR Diecast News is coming back for 2020. But I got a very special announcement video. You guys want to tune in right around probably, I say, the first or second week of January, so right after the new year. I definitely put a lot of time and thought and effort into that video, so feel free to check that out when it gets uploaded. It's, like I said, it's an announcement video you definitely don't want to miss, so tune in for that. But while we're in things order, while we get things in order right here, guys, let's talk about the rest of the 2019 NASCAR Diecast season, which has been a rough patch, but we do got to talk about the big three in particular, which are the new Diecast releases. We got 3 new 164s to be talking about from our good friends at Plan B Sales. 2 of them are John throwbacks, and one of them in particular I'm going to completely tear apart, even though it is a fan favorite paint scheme, but Lionel managed to screw it up somehow. I can only imagine what we're going to be getting ourselves into on this show, because we have no filters in this show, guys. Just think of me like Dave Despain, just with diecast. But yeah, also we got a shitload of 124 exclusives to be talking about. So, especially if you guys love the throwbacks, oh boy, I am on the throwback grind with these videos. So this is going to be an episode to be talking about if you guys are digging the throwback cars for this year, because we finally got some releases for the 124 scales about them and the 164s. We also do got a couple of new 2020 pre-orders that just hit the Diecast market shelves. So yeah, feel free to go and click the pre-order button while we're going to get to this slideshow momentarily. And with every pre-order, we got to talk about cancellations. And guess what? We got ourselves another big fucking list of cancellations. So let's go and get our shit stains ready, and let's kick off this next episode of the NASCAR Diecast News, the final episode for this year of 2019. And without further ado, and myself and everybody in the Diecast News team, enjoy this cheaply made slideshow. Alrighty, guys, welcome to the final episode of the NASCAR Diecast News Season 9 2019, and let's go ahead and get things started with your newly released diecast from our good friends at Plan B Sales and K-State Diecast and Lionel Racing. My God, I haven't mentioned K-State in a while, but they're still relevant. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get to the 164s, and let's go down the line in numeric order like we always do. And the first one up, it is a spoiler alert. This is going to be a fanboy alert right here, guys. Fanboy alert. We got Martin Truex Jr.'s number 19 Auto Owners Insurance 500th Cup Start car that he recently drove this year, guys. So really nice looking diecast. So I mean, such a simple paint scheme, guys, but really cool that they you know, they still make, you know, special start cars for especially for the Cup drivers. I mean, I remember when they made Kurt Busch's car back in 2014 or 15, I believe. I think it was 14, but yeah, I mean, that is really cool that, you know, even the sponsors came together and decided to make this. I mean, this car in particular is not really cool, but think of this like of a nighttime version of the Auto Owner scheme. I mean, it's very simple, but it does work out pretty nice. Plus, also has the NASCAR Heat 4 logo right there. As one of the contingency sponsors. So, I mean, definitely different looking car, guys, but I will say it's probably a car I would recommend getting because, as you guys know me, I am a March Direction fan, and this car is also available on the 124 scale as well, but a solid looking car. I do love the teal on this. They probably did that because of Auto Owners and Sherry Strong, so really nice. Next up, this is the car that I mentioned in the introduction that I am going to absolute tear apart on, and this might be a very controversial topic I'm going to be talking about, but I really hate to rip apart on this car, but Lionel, man, managed to fuck this car up. And the car I'm referring to it is William Byron's 24 Hendrick Autoguard Don's throwback car. So right off the bat, a lot of people are already going to be DMing me and saying, Brian, you are smoking some really fucked up drugs. What is wrong with this car? Well, I mean, from a first glance, you can't really tell nothing's wrong with this. But if you take a side-by-side photo, which I did on Twitter, and that was trending like crazy. I had like almost 200 likes on that, so appreciate that. So a lot of people know about the situation now, but apparently Lionel is got the gradient wrong on this. All right, where the green and the yellow is supposed to fade, there's barely a fade. There's barely a fade at all, and a lot of people are like, oh, well, okay, that's not a bad thing. But, you know, if you guys are really big OCD fanatics like myself, and you gotta have perfect diecast, this is a fucking nightmare, guys. An absolute fucking joke. But, you know, it still is a nice looking car, even though, I mean, the colors still look pretty nice on this, to be honest with you. And plus, when was the last time we ever had a diecast that does a throwback to the Days of Thunder Cole Trickle paint scheme? I mean, heck, I think the last time this car ever ran was when Kurt Busch drove that car in Daytona, and I think he won. So, and that was when James Finch and Phoenix Racing was still around. I mean, do you feel old yet now, people? My God. This diecast, guys, it is a really cool looking diecast, even though the gradient is screwed up, but, you know, that's something that Lionel always manages to fuck up. I mean, do I have to mention the Kyle Larson Target cars from 2017? I rest my case. Next up, we got Jimmy Johnson's, and the final 164 to be talking about is Jimmy Johnson number 48 Ally Financial Johnson throwback car, guys. So this diecast is really cool, but I don't know if it's a photo quality, but I don't know. I mean, the colors are vibrant, but it's got to be the lighting, I think, because I don't think Lionel will ever do this, but I wouldn't be surprised. But the purple is way more darkened than what it should be, guys. I mean, I did mention this on my NASCAR Authentic Wave 10 review, how the purple is just, it is bright and beautiful. I gotta think it's the lighting, man. I mean, but I honestly would not be surprised if that purple is screwed up, because it's a lot more darker, as you can see on this photo, but still nice looking car. But if they do manage to screw up that purple, then I recommend getting the Wave 10 car, guys, even though there'll be some people that may be like, oh, I don't like the white interiors and I want the name banners, but hey, you know, we can't have nice things in life, so that's what Lionel gives us. But this is still a nice looking car, guys. I mean, this is, if you guys didn't know already, this is a Johnson throwback to his early days when Jimmy Johnson was like, God, probably around my age, like in his early 20s. Like, I think he was actually 20 when he drove he drove in like some sort of a truck program, not the trucks that we all know love in NASCAR, not the Gann Door trucks. I'm talking about off-road truck racing. Sounds pretty badass, and that's what Jimmy Johnson did before he became, you know, the 7-time champion star that we all know and love. And by the way, it's gonna be pretty sad to not see him in the 48 car after the 2020 season, but heck, we're probably gonna get a lot of cool looking throwback paint schemes to be talking about with this final year. But yeah, this is a nice looking car, even though, I mean, if this car does turn out pretty good and the purple's right, then it's Plan B Sales' fault for the lighting being screwed up. But, you know, just like my good buddy Diecast Buffet always says, you know, lightning, yeah. Hopefully I don't get shot by lightning after this, or electrocuted. I can't get shot, but wow. What was your point, Brian? I don't know, but I was trying to say that Diecast Buffet, you know, lighting is always key. It is. And Plan B Sales didn't get the memo of that, but still a nice looking car regardless. And now, let's get on to the 124 exclusives. And oh boy, guys, we got ourselves 11 124 exclusives to be talking about. So all these cars I'm about to talk about were not made in the 164 scale, guys. I mean, there are some cars that will be released in the 164 scale, but not for the Gold Series, for NASCAR Authentics. But you guys probably already know that if you guys saw my last video. But here we guys go. First up, we got Denny Hamlin's 2019 number 11 FedEx Racing Don's throwback car. Holy crap, a FedEx car that actually looks different for once. Just kidding, guys. It is a Don throwback car, and this throwback car, it is much better looking than the poor excuse that Stenhouse had when he drove the exact same scheme of this car at the Sonoma race to honor DW, because you guys know DW, he's already been retired in NASCAR, but he has officially retired from broadcasting as well. But definitely a great throwback to that, guys. I mean, great timing as well. It's pretty sad that not even the 17 car, which, was the original number of that car, couldn't even get the right colors on that. But Denny Hamlin did a great job with his paint team, guys, and he ran pretty well. And if you guys also look, the numbers are freaking chrome, just like the original car. So that is some great detail right there. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying that, but, Lionel did pull that off. I don't know if he actually had those reflective numbers in the race, because NASCAR has a strict policy where you can't have that. That's why they had to change Paul Menard's numbers when he drove the throwback car from last year, I believe. And I think they did the same thing with Ryan Blaney's car in 2015, I believe. But yeah, this is a really nice looking car. And the next up, we got to talk about another Joe Gibbs Racing car. And these next few cars I'm about to show you all have to do with Joe Gibbs Racing, except for one in particular. But here we go. We got Kyle Busch's number 18 M&M's Hazelnut Spread Pocono Race Win. Now, I love this paint scheme, but my fucking god, this race was boring as shit. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. It was boring. Really, really fucking boring. I mean, it's amazing we're gonna have a doubleheader of this race next year. In the next season for NASCAR. I'm still curious now if I'm gonna go there, but I don't know yet. I mean, I still think Pocono belongs with IndyCar, but clearly IndyCar has a different mindset for that. But boy, that was controversial to say, Brian. Whoopsie. Well, you guys know me; I speak my mind, so hey, nothing surprising right there. But yeah, the Kyle Busch M&M's Hazelnut Spread car, I mean, I think this is the only time he ever won this paint team, if I'm not mistaken. And even though it's a boring fucking race, if you do love this car, go out and get it. Especially if you guys love the race versions. So, really nice. Next up, we got Hailie Deegan's number 19, Monster Energy Napa Power Premium Plus Colorado K&N Race Win. So, this one is going to be a hot seller because, it is a Hailie Deegan car. Especially if you guys heard the news that Hailie Deegan is going to be going to DGR Crossley and will be a Ford development driver. So, and she's also going to be participating in some IMSA selected races, which is fucking awesome because you guys know me, I am loving IMSA, and I am planning to bring you guys more content with IMSA since it does have a growing fan base. I mean, just ask Race Day 2011. But my god, guys, I thought that was a really cool announcement, but how appropriate to get her Colorado race version car to come out as well. So, digging that, guys. I mean, this car does come on an annoying base, but still is a nice looking car, and this car is pretty banged up, guys. I mean, so, and if you guys love that Monster Energy car and Hailie Deegan, this is going to be a hot seller, but get it while you can because her cars have been selling out like crazy, guys. Next up, here goes another fanboy alert, guys, from myself. It is March Directioners number 19 Bass Pro Shop Sonoma Race to Win. And holy confetti! This car has a lot of confetti on it, but it's the first time we ever get the Bass Pro Shops car from this year in a raced version set, and my god, it is really nice looking, guys. I mean, I am kind of disappointed that I bought his Bass Pro Shops 124, the standard version. I mean, I did like it, but I'm not liking how I paid $70 for that fucker out at the Waukes Glen Hauler. So someone got gypped out of their asshole. This guy right here. But yeah, I'm looking forward to get this diecast, guys. This is gonna be really cool. I'm hoping NASCAR Authentics make some 2019 race win 164s because we did have the Ross Chastain one, but I'm hoping we get some more cup releases because they've been slacking on that lately. But this is a really cool car, guys. I'm loving the confetti. I mean, the Sonoma race wins have not been disappointing, even though it doesn't have any blown out tires on it. But hey, can't go wrong with this car. This car does look pretty damn nice. Especially this is now Mark Truex Jr.'s third ever Sonoma win, so right along with his third win at Dover, so that's a great addition to go along. Next up, we got to talk about Joey Logano's another race version car. The first one ever released from your reigning champion, Joey Logano from 2018. It is Joey Logano's number 22 Shell Pennzoil Michigan raced version. So really nice. It does have, the damage with the blown out tire. Well, not blown out tire, but where the corner panel is damaged, so that's really cool. Something similar Truex does, so I find that pretty ironic. Just kidding, but still, really nice looking car. Like I said, this is probably the first Joey Logano car that first ever Joey Logano race version that we got. If you don't want to count the dual win, I mean, I really rarely count the dual wins or the all-star wins as actual wins. So, but if you already have the dual win, then this would be a great addition to go along with this. I know my good buddy Bushwhacker Reviews is definitely going to go apeshit over this car, so can't blame him because he is a Logano fan. But yeah, really awesome looking diecast. Even though it is the same generic scout scheme that we all know and love, but it's pretty iconic now, especially since he is a champion as well. Next up, this diecast. Oh boy, this diecast. I can't believe it got canceled in the 1/64 scale, but how it turned out in the 1/24 scale, mwah, it is fucking beautiful. We're talking about William Byron's number 24 Exalta Flames of Independence Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 400 Motorsports. There's two things that I love about that 24. The yellow number and the flames. The flames. Oh man, this car is giving me so many Jeff Gordon vibes. I love it. I fucking love it. Who would have known an all-white car with blue flames on the front and red flames on the back would look fucking nice? I mean, this is just such a beautiful looking car. I'm still dead ass shocked that this car got canceled in the 1/64 scale. I mean, I'm hoping we get this from NASCAR Authentics because this is a beautiful looking paint scheme. I mean, I don't know if the actual white of this car is like pearl white, but there's just something about it that I just love. I mean, maybe it's the yellow 24 numbers, but God, this paint scheme is just really nice. I mean, to be honest with you guys, call me crazy, I'm kind of liking this paint scheme a lot more than his Don's throwback car. I know, that's a pretty unpopular opinion, but I like to speak out my own ass, so that's what I gotta say right there. But fantastic looking car, especially if you guys, even if you guys are not a big William Byron fan, I mean, I would get this and put along with the Jeff Gordon set because you could probably mistake this car for a Jeff Gordon car. For any of the casual fans who don't know that Jeff Gordon retired, then there you guys go. But yeah, I'm digging this car. I'm really digging it. Love the Flames of Independence car. Next up, we got Corey LaJoie's number 32 Keen Parts Don's throwback car, which is a throwback to the iconic Crunch car. The Crunch candy bar that Americans and Canadians all love. So, my God, guys, such a nice looking paint scheme. I mean, Corey LaJoie has had a lot of cool looking paint schemes, guys, but I know his Scooby-Doo car, guys, which, by the way, it is in the final for the paint scheme battle for 2019 for NASCAR. Feel free to comment below if you guys like the Mystery Machine car or the City Chevrolet William Byron car, guys, his throwback car. I'm hoping maybe we'll actually get Corey LaJoie's Scooby-Doo car as the favorite because, my God, I was so butthurt when, Chase Elliott's Mountain Dew car won over the PBE car from last year. But anyways, getting so off topic over that, but yeah, Corey LaJoie, man. Corey LaJoie's had a lot of cool paint schemes lately, and this one right here in particular is no exception. Such a nice looking car, guys. It is just, my God, I mean, even though they couldn't get the Crunch sponsorship on that, I mean, compared to the Baby Ruth car with Michael Onette, you could easily mistake it for that, guys, because, I mean, my God, I mean, from a distance, it definitely represents that Crunch car oh so well. So solid job, and Lionel did a good job replicating this car, and we'll give him the credits. Plus the silver rims, actually the silver chrome rims are a very nice touch, so loving that a lot. Next up, we got another car that was canceled in the 1/64 scale, but was made in the 1/24, and it is Michael Onette's number 34 Loves Travel Stops Patriotic Camo Ford Mustang 4 Front Row Motorsports. I love the camouflage diecast, and this one in particular looks really cool, especially with the American flag right there on the corner panel. I mean, this is a really nice looking car, guys. I mean, if you guys, any of my viewers out there who know a veteran or who is a veteran, I mean, first of all, thank you for your support, and thank you guys for your contribution to go out there and risk you guys' life to give us the freedom to be in this wonderful country we are in. I mean, God bless everybody here in the United States of America. I mean, USA, man, gotta love this country. Even though a lot of people out there do not like this country in particular, but that's all I gotta say right there. This is not a political channel in any way, shape, or form. We talk about freaking toy cars. But back to this diecast, guys. This is just an awesome looking car, guys. I mean, definitely get this car, especially if you're a veteran out there. I mean, this is a really, nice looking car. Next up, we got a car that a lot of this fan base is going to go apeshit over, including my good buddies Racing 2011 and Ganassi Fan 142 on, actually Ganassi 942 fan on Instagram. I can't believe I said his old name, but it's my good buddy Derek Lewis, alright? And it's the Kyle Larson number 42 Advent Health All-Star Race Win. Beautiful looking car, and also has the little indents where the hood is, where they have those little air ducts. So I thought that was a nice little, and it's just a decal, guys, but it does give it like a little 3D effect to see that's there. So really nice looking car, guys. I mean, this car has a lot of bright, vibrant colors, and my God, this is a nice looking car. I mean, it's a shame we couldn't get McMurray's Advent Health car produced, but this is really cool, especially since Kyle Larson, man, he, if it was for that, I mean, he's had an up and down season, guys, but, I mean, the ups were definitely this, was definitely this All-Star win, and the Dover win, which I know a lot of people are going to love when that car gets released. I mean, hopefully we're going to see Kyle Larson win a lot more races next year, guys, as, you know, Ganassi's starting to show some speed, guys. I mean, Kurt Busch was pretty consistent this year, and Larson is definitely starting to pick things back up, especially after that Dover win. So, but go imagine what's going to happen for 2020, guys. I mean, who knows? Maybe he'll win the Daytona 500. I'm definitely going to shut my mouth now if he ends up screwing up. So, yeah. Next up, guys, we got Ross Chastain's number 45 Florida Watermelon Association Chevrolet Silverado truck. The watermelon truck. The freaking watermelon truck, which still, I'm so butthurt that I got canceled in 164 scale. I mean, you guys know me. I love 164 cars and trucks, but when they get canceled, I'm definitely one pissed off mother trucker. But this diecast right here is really cool, and if you guys didn't check it out already, check out Bushwhacker's reviews on this truck. Fantastic looking car. I mean, it's literally just a watermelon paint scheme, and it's just amazing, guys. It's literally a watermelon on wheels. I mean, that's how I describe this car. Really cool. Finally, we get this car released in diecast form, man. I'm loving it. I said car, did I? I meant truck. Holy crap, Ryan, you are one stupid mofo. And the final car to be talking about, that's not a truck. It is a throwback car, and it is Alex Bowman's number 88 Exalta throwback, which is a throwback to the late Tim Richard and when he drove the number 25 Folgers car, 400 Motorsports. So, fantastic looking car, even though it is very basic, but still wish Exalta, you know, would have changed the font to match up with the Folger scheme. Would look nice. We did had a I mean, heck, even the Ford throwback, Xfinity throwback that we had with Bubba Wallace in 2015 or 2016, I believe. I mean, Christ, they were able to, you know, to switch their font up and make it look like the Folgers car that Mark Martin drove. So, no, that there's definitely, you know, no exceptions to that, Exalta. But, you know, Exalta always wants to keep their logos, you know, pretty uniform. But it only works with the Jeff Gordon throwback, so. But, you know, this is still a nice looking car regardless. I mean, I did talk about this on the Wave 10 review. But that's going to wrap up on your 124 exclusives. And now, let's get on to the pre-orders. Alrighty, guys, and now it's time to go on to the pre-orders, and we don't got much to talk about on the pre-orders, but we do got, I believe, what, like 4 in particular, but one of them in particular is much an updated car, and I'm going to go show you guys right here. It is Kyle Larson, number 42, 2020 Credit One Bank car, guys. So this car was released a few weeks ago, but the actual paint scheme wasn't, but here it is, guys, and it's pretty much the exact same paint scheme that we got from 2019, but if you notice, guys, that this will have the new ZL1 mold on it, which is it's not as pointed. If you look, guys, in the front, I mean, where the Chevrolet bow tie is, this car is a lot more ovalish compared to the pointy nose that we used to have, so that's gonna be really cool. Plus, if you guys look in the windshield, guys, we have name banners and the Cup Series logo, so that's gonna be really cool. And we're probably gonna get the updated mold as well, guys, so that means get ready for those giant ass spoilers, like Dale Jr. said. But yeah, really nice looking car, guys. It's gonna be a lot more updated, but yeah, looking forward to get this released if it makes it to the the MOQ list. Hopefully, it won't get DMP'd. Otherwise, the Larson fans are gonna go completely apeshit over that. But hey, welcome to the club, guys. But now to get back to the pre-orders, guys, we gotta talk about Grant Infigures number 98 Thor Sport Racing regular season champion truck. First time ever we actually got a regular season champion diecast. on the pre-order list, so I find that pretty ironic. I'm still not a big fan of how they decide to split the champions. Like, in my opinion, when you're running an actual series, there should be one champion and not two. I mean, I know there's owners champions and all that, but seriously though, a regular season champion and the actual champion, I mean, come on. Can we just have one freaking champion? But anyways, that's not for me ranting about this whole, system that we got with NASCAR in all 3 series. But this is a nice looking truck, guys, and hopefully it'll make it on the pre-order list. But knowing our luck and with how the Thor Sport trucks have been, most of them have been canceled. So I don't know about this one yet, but I don't know. We'll see though. We will see. I mean, this paint scheme is pretty similar to the other Thor Sport trucks that we've had before, but it's technically an unsponsored car. So I don't know, guys. I really don't know, but we'll see how things will go. And now we talk about some 2020 pre-orders, and the other 2 that I'm mentioning for this pre-order list are Penske cars. We got Brad Keselowski's number 2 Warth car, and glad to see they kept this paint scheme because my God, this was one of the cool looking paint schemes that we got for this from 2019. So can't complain about this. A lot of people are probably going to be like, oh, this car is going to be canceled because it's basically the exact same car as last year. But, there's nothing wrong with that. I really do love this car. I mean, I really just, not every year, guys, a paint scheme has to change. I mean, look at the PBG car and the Warth car. I mean, those are some beautiful looking paint schemes. Now, probably 3 years down the line, then yeah, I'll start getting old. But for now, guys, I say, I don't know, an average lifespan of 3 years, I think this diecast would still look fucking awesome. So maybe 2022 will need to change, but for now, loving this car, and get on the pre-order list, guys. Get this ball rolling. And the last car to be talking about, we got to talk about Dean Burrito, guys. Another Dean Burrito car that's going to be on the pre-order list. We got Matt Benel's number 21 Menards Maytag car. Now, I think they were trying to get this car released last year for 2019 with the Paul Menard car, but it got canceled. So this is the second try to get the Maytag car released. But since it is Matt Benello and he does have a fan base, might get lucky, guys. We might too. But notice how it does not have the Cup Series logos on there yet. But they're probably going to update that since that was just recently announced, and I think this came before the announcement of the NASCAR Cup Series, but with the new logo, which, by the way, I'm really digging that new logo, guys. It's very modern, and it's very simple, and I'm liking it. And sometimes simplicity does work, but you guys know me. I fucking love the Menards cars, so get the ball rolling, and let's get this car on the diecast release list, guys. But with every pre-order that we got to talk about, guys, we got some contenders to go in that unfortunately will not be made, and we still got some 2019 diecast cancellations, but yet we got some more 2020 diecast cancellations. So not looking good for the start of 2020 season. But here we guys go, guys. We're falling into the cancellation list now. So let's get our shit pants ready because it's about to get crazy up in here. So we got 7 new cancellations, and let's go down the list right here. Starting off with the 2019 cancellations, we got Brad Keselowski's number 2 Miller Lite Holiday Knitwear car. This, unfortunately, has been canceled only in the 164 ARC scale, so the 124 Elite and the 124 scale version of this car has been made, but 164 collectors, pretty much out of luck, and it's already bad enough that that car will be on a base for the 164s. Probably the main reason why that car got canceled, but we should be used to that by now. But what's more depressing about this car is that this might be the final Miller Lite car that we will ever get released. I mean, I know his Dawn Throwback car is going to be coming out very soon, guys. It should be, I believe. I think it's literally on the shipping reports. I think it's literally on its way to the dealers. So expect it on the new episode of the 2020 Diecast News Season 10. But this is probably the final pre-order that Miller Lite will probably have, because if you guys know, Miller Lite is barely even sponsoring the 2 car next year, guys. If you look on the contingencies down the line, Miller Lite is absent from their sponsors for 2020. So that is really depressing, and I actually like this car, even though it is supposed to represent the ugly sweater, reception with the holidays. But pretty depressing to have this car getting canceled right before the freaking holidays, man. I mean, come on. I mean, we thought there was going to be a Christmas miracle, but I guess it wasn't for the 164 collectors. Just, my God. And definitely these guys, that next guy I'm about to show you definitely needs a Christmas miracle. Your most popular driver in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, Justin Allgaier, in the number 7 Brant Phoenix Race Win, has been canceled in the 124 RC scale. I mean, that's sad, man. Your most popular driver in the Xfinity Series, which I'm still surprised. I was like, really? Justin Allgaier? I mean, I know he is a very likable guy, don't get me wrong, and I never met the guy, but I've heard a lot of great things about him. But, he's had a very consistent season, but only got 1 win, guys. And before that, Michael Annett was the only guy who won for Junior Motorsports up until then. So Junior Motorsports has had a down year so far this year. I mean, I know they had a lot of experimental drivers driving that 8 car, but yeah, I mean, Justin Allgaier and Michael Annett were the only 2 winners so far. And a lot of people are already considering Noah Gragson as a bust, but, you know, give that kid some time. It was his rookie year. He'll probably go out and start winning some races, hopefully, for 2020. But I'm really surprised he didn't want that, to be honest with you guys, because, you know, I met Noah Gragson. He was a really likable fella, and, you know, he's really interactive with the fans. But Justin Allgaier ended up winning it, and you can't go wrong with that, but still pretty ironic that this car was canceled in the 124 scale, and it was only offered in that scale, so... Looks like Justin Allgaier, that's a familiar name that we know in the NASCAR DMP list, so can't say I'm not surprised, but I find that kind of ironic that, you know, what I just mentioned, being the most popular driver in the Xfinity Series, and your diecast gets canceled. You don't see that happening with Chase Elliott, am I right? Or Ross Chastain. Well, it did happen with Ross Chastain, but you guys know what I mean. Next up, this one really hurts me, even though this paint scheme is, you know, not bad. It's kind of ugly, though. It's Ryan Blaney's number 12 Dickies Ford Mustang diecast. Just like his teammate Brad Keselowski with a Holiday Network car, it's been canceled in the 164 ARC scale. So 124 collectors are going to be very lucky to get this car produced in the Elite and ARC scales. But once again, 164 collectors like myself and Racing 2011 and Diecast Buffet are pretty much screwed out of the line, guys. Pretty much screwed and just erased from existence, because this right here would have been a nice looking car. Would have been nice, and I believe he drove this at the Texas race, so I think Diecast Buffet's probably got to be most disappointed to see this car getting canceled, because he saw this car. Lucky fucker. But my god, I mean, I saw the PPG car, so, but still though, I mean, check out Diecast Buffet. He is a really cool fella, man. Really cool. I mean, he's getting those, he's trying to get to 1,000 subs, guys. Let's get the ball rolling, guys. That sucker definitely deserves it, man. But back to the Dickies cars, man. I mean, this diecast, you know, I didn't like it at first, but, you know, it started growing onto me. But just those green playoff banners, man, just really ruined the car for me. But it worked well with the Wrangler Riggs car from last year. I thought it was going to make it because the Wrangler Riggs car did. But no, this car didn't make it, guys. It didn't. I mean, this is technically a Menards car, guys, if you look at the paint scheme. But yeah, I mean, not even a popular sponsor like Dickies would be able to get it. I find it ironic that, you know, both are workwear, and, you know, the Wrangler one gets made, but the Dickies doesn't. So I sense a biasism right there in the fan base, but hey, you know, it is what it is. Next up, it's not really a surprise, but it's an update, guys. I mean, this car was originally canceled, I believe, in 124 Elite and ARC. Well, now the 164 has joined, guys. So this is an updated DMP, because Lionel decided, okay, well, let's go ahead and update this, because we forgot about it. Just kidding. But it's Denny Hamlin's 2020 number 11 FedEx Freight car. Honestly, I'm not surprised. I mean, this paint scheme, God, it just irritates me how, you know, well, when are we going to get the actual colors back, man? I mean, God, Express should be orange, the office car should be blue, the ground should be green, and the Fright car should be red. It's not that hard. But no, let's just make it all the same color. Let's just do that, because, you know, how many more of these cars do we need to be produced? So I'm not sad that this car got canceled. I mean, I like Denny Hamlin. He's a pretty likable fella. Well, now he is. But my God, I'm just sick and tired of looking at this car getting produced in 4 different versions, and it's practically the same fucking car. So I can see why this car got canceled in every single scale, because my God, we've already had enough of these damn cars, and there's barely any change to this. Next up, another 2020 pre-order, and it is Clint Bowyer's number 14 Mobile One car. Just like the Hamlin car, it has been canceled and X'd off the list for 2020 pre-orders. 124 Elite, ARC, and 164 have all been canned. Out in the trash can and into the bag. Yep. Well, into the bag, into the trash can. My God, I'm horrible with analogies, but you know what I mean. Picture that in your brain. But yeah, the Clint Bowyer Mobile One car, guys. I believe that this was canceled from 2019, or I think they never offered it, but clearly it didn't work out well, because, you know, Clint Bowyer is pretty much, I don't know who's been the worst performing in Stuart Haas. I mean, a lot of people are saying Suarez, but I think after that, Clint Bowyer, man, he's had a really tough season for 2019, and it's not looking good for 2020, guys, but practically the same paint scheme that Kevin Harvick drove, but just with red flames. Does stand out a lot more, but I guess it wasn't enough, guys, to get this car produced, which would have been cool, because I want to see if they were going to actually have that metallic sparkle finish, like the Kevin Harvick car did, where the gray it's all sparkly and metallic. Would have been curious, but I guess we're not going to figure out unless they make this in the 1/87 scale, which, my God, they're probably going to bring those back for 2020, if I'm assuming, because a lot of people are buying those things now. Even me, I got suckered into them, but that's old news. Next up, this one right here is definitely going to be disappointing since they actually changed the paint scheme up. I mean, I wasn't a big fan of this paint scheme, but it grew on to me, but clearly didn't for any others, guys. It is Eric Jones, number 20, DeWalt Tools Toyota Camry. Just like the other two diecasts I mentioned, this car has been axed in every single scale. 124 Elite, 124 ERC, and 164 scale. So, yeah, that's a tough pickle to swallow. Wow, the DeWalt scheme, man. I mean, I think the silver numbers alone are probably what makes it odd. I mean, I think if they used a white number, it would have looked better. The paint scheme is really cool. It definitely still reminds me of, Matt Kenseth and his days with DeWalt. I'm talking about like the Roush days, so it does give me that vibe. But I think the silver number, the gray silver number kind of ruins it for me, guys. If they went with white, I think it would have worked a lot more. Probably the main reason why that car got canceled. But it was different. Unless the 20 was going to be metallic, then I think that'd be pretty cool. Like a metallic shimmery design, like the Denny Hamlin throwback. I think that would look pretty cool, but we'll never know since it was canceled. And the final card we talk about, which honestly I am not surprised, just like the Shell Pennzoil car, guys, this diecast, same paint scheme that we have had over the last freaking years, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like AAA. I actually work for AAA. our repair shop is considered a AAA repair shop, but this card needs an update, guys, and I'm honestly surprised that this card didn't get canceled in all scales. It's only canceled in 124 Elite and 124 ERC. It's Joey Logano's 2020 AAA insurance car. Do I gotta say any more? I mean, I'm really surprised that this car got made in the 164 scale, but my God, this car really needs a paint scheme change, guys. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Ford Mustang mold did look really nice on this, but my God, guys, when are we going to change the scallop scheme? I mean, they finally did it with Keselowski's cars and, some with the Ryan Blaney cars. Or Zano, just invert the colors or do something, man. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I like this car, but God, give it a refresh, man. I mean, I know Penske's very uniform with their paint schemes and they barely change it, but even for one race, man, I mean, create like a special paint scheme for this car or something, man, because just... God, I keep on saying this. I mean, even the Austin Dillon AAA car had some variety. I mean, it wasn't the best looking, but at least it was different compared to this car that's been the same damn thing since Kurt Busch drove this car in 2011. I mean, good grief. But, yeah, guys, that's all I gotta say. But I'm really surprised this car got made in the 164 scale. But anyways, guys, that's going to wrap up your cancellations. And more importantly, this is going to wrap up the final episode of the NASCAR Diecast News Season 9 2019. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, guys. And once again, like I mentioned in the introduction, guys, thank you guys for your long continuing support of the NASCAR Diecast News. And I hope you guys all have a great holiday and a great new year. And hopefully we're going to get things rolling when the 2020 season hits when it comes to Diecast and the Diecast News. But this has been OBB, the Diecast News guy. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, guys. And tune in on December 31st for the big finale of this channel, which is going to be all the 2019 NASCAR Diecast released in the 164 scale. That's something that's a tradition I have been doing since the start of my channel, and hope you guys tune in for that as we're going to wrap up this Diecast season and this season of the Diecast News in general. So this has been OBB, the Diecast News guy, and I will see you guys next year for Season 10 of NASCAR Diecast News.